Next up is Larry Ballard. Following a career as an educator teaching biology, Larry, or Mr. B to some, has retired. Never one to relax and always one to have a little fun. Here's Larry Ballard with Painting in My Backyard, Roses and Other Flowers.
This is my blank canvas. If you're expecting a talk on real painting and drawing, you're going to be disappointed because I can't do either. I plant seeds, sow seeds, and plant a lot of plants and let Mother Nature and Bernie help me out a little bit, and I'll show you the results. After my uncle died in World War II, my grandma started a rose garden on Main Street in the little town that I grew up in. And when I was about 10 years old, my dad decided that I should be the one to take care of it. Now, I have to say that as a 10-year-old, I didn't have the same passion for taking care of roses that I do today, but it was the beginning and the start of what I do. To everything, there's a season, the Bible tells us, and clematis provide the background for a lot of the things in my garden. And you might, an important fact or a fun fact is that the leaves and seeds from one of them was used, ground up and used to replace black pepper, but it's considered toxic, so please don't eat clematis. Daffodils and peonies are among the first flowers to appear in the spring, and shortly behind those are the iris. There are no red iris, but you might note also that juice from the iris roots was used in perfume as part of the fragrance at one time. My mother always loved zinnias, and so I picked up that love also because they're easy to grow and they come in such a variety of colors. And zinnias represent friendship, by the way. This is where I spend my time looking over my kingdom and meditating with a glass of wine in my backyard swing and surrounded by red zinnias with some big old sunflowers and other things in the background. And the garden changes constantly, so there's always something new to see and look at as the season changes and goes on. One of my favorite things about zinnias are that they attract butterflies, and I have sometimes, it seems like 50 or 60 butterflies in my backyard at one time in the middle and late part of the summer and into the fall. So that's one of the things that attracts me to them. The intoxicating smell of mock orange is something that everyone should experience. The flowers to mock orange are very similar to lemon flowers and orange flowers. And they also, you might note that though the plant is poisonous to cats, I don't know why a cat would want to eat one, but you never know, I guess. Black-eyed Susans and baby's breath make a striking combination in the backyard. I think everybody knows that anyway, black-eyed Susans represent encouragement, and juice from the roots have been used to heal earaches. The most well-known flowers around the world are daisies, and they also are found on every continent except the Antarctic, and they make up 10% of all flowers on planet Earth. And I like them because bees like them. Tall golden daylilies and coneflowers and black-eyed Susans are always going to command attention in the garden. I think everyone knows that daylily blooms only last for one day, but they're worth it. And daylilies symbolize motherhood. Almost all flowers and plants, or all flowers, have some symbolic meaning to different people. The rose is our national flower. My rose bed has about 20 different hybrid teas and floribundas, and I have them from May until into the fall. There's always at least a few roses in my backyard. Roses are, to me, Mother Nature at her best. There are so many colors, as you can see in these slides here, and this is only a few. I have many, many more. And each rose color has a different meaning, and so if you give roses to your loved ones or your sweethearts or for other reasons or whatever, you might look up the meaning behind the rose. I call this one Raindrops on Roses. One morning after a shower, went out and saw these and was quite taken by the raindrops that were on the roses. Yellow rose is one of the few roses that has no romantic meaning, but it does mean friendship. I call this one Whiskers on Kittens because Raindrops on Roses was redundant. So another one taken the same day. Pink roses do have romantic meaning, and they mean romantic love. So if you want to impress your sweetheart or your loved one, send them pink roses. They'll appreciate that. No background garden, in my opinion, is complete without morning glories. And the vines, of course, can get a little out of hand if you've ever planted them. They originated in China, and like many plants, they have a medicinal use. If you eat the seeds, they will act as a laxative. So keep that in mind if you need that. Another standard of the backyard, and one that reminds me of Grandma's farm or Grandma's house, is hollyhocks. In some places, they are called outhouse flowers because people would plant them around the outhouse to beautify them, spruce them up. One of the late summer visitors to my backyard is black swallowtails, and this is on coneflowers. Coneflowers are native to the grasslands and the prairies and to this area, so they will thrive. They thrive here in our climate. And I often, as I said before, have a backyard full of all kinds of butterflies. Hydrangea and phlox come late to midsummer, and if you're an allergy, have severe allergies, hydrangea are one of the few plants or whatever that probably won't affect you. So if you have those and want to plant something in your backyard, hydrangea would be my choice. We're from Kansas, good old Kansas, where the great big sunflowers grow. My puny 12 to 15 foot tall sunflowers fall way short of the world record, which is 30 feet 1 inch. And I would just like to say then happy 160th birthday to the state of Kansas.